Hey guys, how's it going? I wanted to give you guys a little class here on log houses. I get calls all the time about somebody who just wants their house stained, um, and then get very surprised on the cost that goes into it, and that's materials, labor, everything that's needed in order to do it properly. And as anybody should, they get other quotes from somebody who say was a painter, and these guys are probably very very good at their jobs and excellent painters, but logs do not behave the same way as wood siding would, or um, anything else you would paint normally. You can't just go in and pressure wash these things because you end up forcing water into your wood, and you don't really want that. It takes weeks of really, really warm weather to dry the wood back out. And that's just not uh, time efficient or cost efficient at all. You have to wait for it to dry back out and then put stain on it. And then the sun's already yellowed the wood by then, before the stain's even applied. If you do stain it right after that, you end up locking all that moisture in your wood, and then you start having rot issues, or mold, mildew, anything can happen as far as that. So it's really really beneficial to media blast. It's cost effective, time efficient, and everything, and it gets everything, all the old stain, the weathered stain, off of it, and gives it a good mating surface for the new stain to go onto. And even after you stain it, it takes a lot of the old weathered wood off, and still there's you got to go over it with a sander or a grinder or an Osborne brush, because there's still quite a bit of wood fibers. I forget the name of it right now, but it starts with L. The glue that holds those wood fibers together, when it gets sun damaged, it dries out, and all this stuff it just falls off. Pressure washing won't take that off. It needs to be at the very least sanded or grinded down, which doesn't always take off all of the finish. So, after I've tried every way out there, and I always come back to media blasting. So I want to show you a little bit after the media blasting process, find a spot here, of what it's like after the media blasting and what it's like when you sand it back off. So here's the logs that have just been media blasted right here. I'm gonna sand it with just a normal 5-inch DeWalt palm sander here. So you see all those fibers right there. That's all the stuff that you would have stained over had you not done, media blasting or grinding. That's the pressure washing will not take this stuff off. And then it sits there underneath a brand new stain that is never cheap for logs. You can't use the same stuff you would on normal wood siding. Well, you can, you just won't get the life out of it. So yeah, it's under that, and then the sun will hit it, and it's not a solid surface attached to it, so it always ends up falling back off, and it ends up becoming a log restoration at that point, which is the reason we started this one. The stain had failed. Looks like it was stained over previously, and not properly prepped. 90% of a successful log restoration project is all in the prep. It's got to be taken down to the bare wood, in order for you to get the life out of your stain. You shouldn't have to do a log restoration level thing every 3 to 5 years or so. You really should just be maintaining the top coat with the proper maintenance, you'll never have to do this again. So it is a chunk of change initially, but taking care of it properly with a guy, it doesn't have to be me, just somebody who knows logs and knows how they behave, and the science behind it. Yes, there is a science behind it. It sounds funny, but there's a lot that goes into this. And just pressure washing and slapping a coat of stain on it, it'll look good for a couple of years, but it's not going to give you the longevity that it could. So yeah, anyway, that's all I have to say about that. Stay tuned, and we're going to keep you updated through this whole process with as much as we can anyway. Have a good one, guys.